Well, I hope you have completed correctly the previous questions about the first video. Well, actually, the second video. Now, let's try to imagine and understand what are the uses of the future with will, also with be going to, and learn when I have to use will or be going to. Because sometimes you can use either will or be going to, there is no problem, but sometimes you have to use one of them. It depends on the situation or the thing that you want to express. So let's start. Will. Well, we use will to express, number one, future actions that happen without the speaker's intention. For example, the sun will shine tomorrow. It's not my decision, it's not your decision. The sun will shine tomorrow because it's not my intention. It doesn't depend on you or me or anybody. It's going to happen. When you are going to make a prediction or you are going to say what is going to happen now, tomorrow, in 100 years, but it doesn't depend on anyone, you have to use will. Now, predictions and assumptions. We tend to make predictions about the future with will. I think Sue will arrive to Paris at 6 p.m. I think, in my opinion, that's gonna happen. I don't have any proofs. I cannot demonstrate that, but in my imagination, using my intelligence, I can think that this is going to happen. For example, I think you will pass this level. I think you will pass this level. That's a prediction. I assume that you can do it. Now, when we are talking about spontaneous actions or decisions, we have to use will. Not going to. Will. Imagine you see somebody that is in problems or he is carrying a heavy bag or a heavy box, something that is really difficult, and you immediately decide to help that person. You have to use will. For example, hang on, I'll, I'll have a word with you. It was it wasn't a plan. You haven't decided it before. You just saw that person and decided in that moment. When you have an immediately decision, in that moment you have to use will. Okay? For example, another example. Imagine this place you can see is maybe Barranquilla. I don't have air conditioning. So, oh, it's too hot in here. I will open the window. I will open the window because now I feel hot and now I decide I need to open the window because it's really hot in here. Okay, that's an spontaneous action. I did not plan to open the window before. I just think about it right now. When we are talking about be going the situations are really different. We use be going to express planned actions in the future. if if you have a plan for today at night or maybe this weekend or maybe when coronavirus closure finishes, that's a planned action. Maybe you are thinking about what you are going to do on December or what you are going to do next month. That's a plan that you have made. So planned actions in the future are done with be going to. For example, we are going to sing at the party. We are going to sing at the party. I'm going to do it, but it's not an spontaneous decision because we are not in the party. We are here right now, and I imagine that I want to do that there. Okay. Now, we also can talk about predictions with be going to, but be careful. Here, we make predictions with be going to when we have evidence, when you are certain that something is going to happen, or it is a logical consequence. For example, look at that car. It's going to crash into the yellow one. You are making the prediction with be going to because you have the evidence. You are looking at the situation right now, and based on that, you are saying what is going to happen. So I can make predictions with will and with be going to. With will is a general prediction. I have no evidence, I don't know how, but in my imagination, I say this will happen. But when I have evidence, for example, I see a dog or I see an animal and it's going to jump, I think based on its position, he prepares to jump. So I can say, look at the animal, or watch this, watch that. That dog is going to jump. That dog is going to jump. Because it's a prediction I make based on the position of the animal. Okay? Or this dog is going to bite me. This dog is going to bite me. Este perro me va a morder. Why? Because it is looking at me, and maybe he looks a little bit angry. He's barking. Wow, wow. He's barking. It's probable. Now, if you understood these 5 rules or uses of be, going to, and will, please try to imagine what's the correct answer to complete these sentences. Number 1, John is going to study or will study English in the future. In this case, you can use any of them. Is going to study, maybe, or will study. It's a general prediction, but the normal or the most common is will. John will study English. Number 2, look at Paul. He is going to get on the bus. He is going to get on the bus. It's a prediction, but this prediction is based on the evidence. What evidence? We are looking at Paul. So look at Paul, that's the evidence. Now you make the prediction. He is going to get on the bus. Now it's your turn. Look at these sentences and try to identify which one is the correct option to complete them. Okay? And here we have some more. Good luck and be careful. Watch again the video if you need it and figure out which one is the correct expression to complete the sentences. Good luck. See you in a while.